guys, Julie Booer here with another episode of Breaking the Binge, and the whole point of this series is to help you if you are struggling with binge eating or you know somebody who is. Number one, help you feel like you're not alone, and number two, help identify triggers and causes and just help get rid of that shame and the guilt and the negative feelings that are associated with it so that you can eventually break the binge and break free of the cycle of binge eating and depriving and binge eating and depriving. So I think a huge part in breaking the binge is identifying the reason why you binge in the first place. And this is a very loaded question because when you get really real with yourself and you get down to the nitty-gritty and why you actually binge in the first place, it might be very uncomfortable. You might cry, you might find that all these feelings come up that you didn't even know existed, and it's gonna be uncomfortable. But just like anything else in life that helps you grow and helps you change for the better, it's gonna be a little uncomfortable. I kind of relate growth to, let's say, working out in the gym, because as you're in the gym and you're doing heavy sets and reps and you're fatigued and tired and your muscles are burning, yeah, it's not really enjoyable at the time. It's actually quite painful, but the result that you're getting out of that struggle is really nice growth, whether it's in your body or your mentality or your discipline. You come out such a better person on the other side. So in a much grander and deeper way, this is kind of like the same thing. So expect to be uncomfortable as you start diving deep into the questions about why you binge in the first place. So I want to pose a question to you, and if you need to pause this video and journal, you totally can. One of my number one tips for myself that helped me get out of my binging and with the clients I work with is to journal. And journal around the times that you're eating, identifying your triggers, which I will give you a great exercise for later in the video. Or you can just keep watching this video till the end and then journal and reflect on it. But I strongly encourage you to spend time thinking about this and really getting real with yourself and honest, because that's the only way to undergo any kind of transformation and break the binge for good, is finding out the reason why you do it in the first place. So my question to you for the purpose of this video is, what are you really hungry for? What are you really hungry for? And most of the time when you're binging, the answer to that question is not food. And the more you try to fill a void in your life with food when you're not hungry, the more dissatisfied you're going to become. So imagine you were about to binge and you feel lonely, you feel stressed, you feel like you need connection. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you're hungry for connection. Let's say you ask yourself that question when you have the urge to binge, what am I really hungry for? And the answer is connection. Do you think that by eating a whole gallon of ice cream and a whole jar of peanut butter and pretzels and whatever else it is, you're going to feel connection? No, you're just going to feel guilt and shame and all of those things that are associated with the binge. What does connection look like to you? What would it mean to feel connected to other people? Well, it could be calling your mom that you haven't talked to in a while, phoning a friend, going to dinner with a friend, or having a drink with a friend, or spending time with your significant other. Anything that makes you feel genuinely connected in that moment is the only thing that's going to fill that void if that's what you're genuinely craving. I have to sneeze, hold on. One of the exercises that I work on with my client is preemptively figuring out what she is really hungry for. And I do this with a lot of people that I work with. I did this myself when I was trying to get over my binging. And I find that by doing this exercise ahead of time, when you are actually in a binge, because it's really hard to, while you're about to binge or during a binge, to kind of get yourself out of that blackout stage and be like, okay, let's think logically, because it's a completely irrational, illogical thing where you're just like, shoveling food in your mouth and you don't even realize you're doing it. So by having a list that is readily available to you, that you can pull out when you feel the urgency to eat, even though you're really not genuinely hungry, it's gonna help so much. So, for instance, if you say, what are you really hungry for? And on the left, you have different things that you could be hungry for, whether it's connection, affection, attention, love. And then on the right hand side of the page, you can write what that looks like to you. So like the example I just gave you with connection, you're writing out calling a friend, phoning your mom, going to have drinks with a friend. So whatever it is the connection looks like for you, you have those things on the right hand column, those actionable items that you can take in order to help truly satisfy you, because as much and as hard as it is, and food is your coping mechanism, it's almost like a drug, it's gonna be more natural for you in the moment to just go for food, because food numbs you to all emotions. Food just completely takes you out of feeling any kind of discomfort or pain or facing any kind of emotional stress. So this exercise, like I said, may be pretty uncomfortable for you because you actually have to face your feelings. And anytime you're binging or you have an addiction of sorts, whether it's drugs, alcohol, food, and whatever your vice is, it's to numb yourself from actually feeling things. So this is going to help you confront your feelings in a way that you have actual, tangible, actionable items to help you stop binging in the moment. And that is so powerful. And if you can do that, and you're not going to be perfect at it, so don't put that expectation on yourself like we talked about in my last video. But if you just work at it, and if one day out of the 4 days that you binge, you go to that list and you say, deep breath, what am I really hungry for? It's connection. Okay, so I'm gonna call my mom. You call your mom. You talk to your mom for as long as you need to. And maybe it's not your mom because your mom doesn't understand. That's totally fine. Have somebody in your life that you can confide in and that won't judge you and that will just sit there, even if you have nothing to talk about, but they understand how important it is to be on the phone with you in that moment when you're feeling the urge to binge. So I just encourage you to do this exercise. What are you really hungry for? Make a list, journal, write down every single feeling and emotion that comes up, and a solution to help you combat that when the urge comes on to binge. And I hope this video was helpful for you. If you guys need that person to talk to, I am available for you at any time. We can schedule a free 15-minute consultation on the phone. You just go to juliebooer.com/free-consult. I'll link that down below, and we can chat about whatever you're going through, because like I said, always, I never want you to feel like you're alone. I've been through it. I work with so many girls who are struggling with the same things, and it's all a learning process. We're all just trying to get better, live a better life, and come out even better and stronger and sexier than ever. So we can do it together. We're in this. I love you guys. Bye.